The truth is, you will never be able to heal anxiety unless you truly, deeply understand what it is I'm about to talk about in this video. We are diving deep because we must. Let's go. My friends, my peaceful warriors, welcome to another important video on my channel. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet and are just viewing the videos, please make sure to subscribe now and hit the bell for all the notifications. Secondly, if you want to learn more about any of my anxiety recovery programs, click right here at any point in the video. When I learned this, what I'm about to talk about in this video, it was a game changer. Because for so long, during my anxiety recovery, during my chronic fatigue recovery, during my dysregulated nervous system recovery, during those recoveries, I always felt like I was like a dog chasing its tail. Round and round I'd go looking for the right information, looking for the holy grail in relation to this recovery journey. And I was feeling like the hill was getting steeper and steeper each and every day, even though I was putting in the inner work. Why is this happening? Now, I want to talk about you for a moment. You, yes, you. The you that you believe you are, the you that has been conditioned into you, the you that when you look into the mirror go, oh, I know that familiar identity. I'm comfortable with this you, with this I. The you that you perceive the world from sees things through a magnifying glass, not from a distance as it should be. When you see things from a distance, you can see them for what they truly are, a little ant. But if you look at that same ant on the ground through a magnifying glass, it looks 10 times, 100 times the size of what it really is. You are looking at the elements of anxiety through a magnifying glass. Unlike other people who experience the same sensations, symptoms, ideas that float in their mind, go through the same experiences in the past that you have, they see them without the magnifying glass. They see them from a distance. Now, I want to talk about this you for a moment, okay? Because the you who's trying to heal anxiety isn't fully convinced that change is all that necessary. You see this? No. You see the words that a lot of anxiety sufferers use, the words like, I'm trying, I hope. That's all coming from the conditioned you, the ego mind, the lower self. That you isn't convinced that change is actually necessary. That's why when you are given the right answers and support, it always feels like there's a hesitation on taking it on. Does that sound like you? Comment below and you're going, well, I'll try this and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, or maybe you're like, I'm going to commit to it. But deep down, underlying the feelings that you experience are feelings of hesitation and stress. That's because you, the conditioned you, believes that everything that you're doing right now is just fine. Having an anxiety disorder, standing guard to any potential threat on the outside world or sensations. Does that sound like you? Right? The you that you've been emotionally invested in relation to catastrophic ideas. That you feels like you're doing everything correctly because you have unconsciously programmed yourself to believe that that's the right way to approach life and that's the right way to approach fear. So what does this mean for you? The conditioned you who's trying to heal is not convinced that change is necessary. What you can do right now is begin to start looking at the lower self from the outside, going, oh, I see. These ideas around trying, hoping, hesitation, anxiousness, and stress, and all these things are coming from you. Not coming from me, but they're coming from you. The part of me that wants to keep me protected, because anything that's familiar is also safe to the lower self. Now, what starts to happen when we start to identify the lower self as being the one that's perpetuating the symptoms and the fear and all that sort of stuff is the fear is short-lived. We start to go, oh, that's not the updated version of me. That's not the true version of me, the authentic self. That's not my higher self. That's my protective sides. Because the lower self is the one that needs the guidance, not the one that should be listened to in regards to your healing. Oh, this is so big. For so long, you've been listening to your lower self, your ego mind, telling you how you should approach your healing, how you should perceive your environment, how you should perceive your symptoms, how you should be so emotionally invested in potential fear. You've been allowing the lower self to guide you and tell you what to do, rather than understanding that it's the lower self that needs guidance. That's a more than anxiety moment right there. That's a game changer. Because once you start to disidentify from being the lower self, you start to go, well, I don't know this real me at all. It's been so long since you've been true to yourself, so long since you've been authentic, so long that you've been intuitive. It's been a long time since you've actually been intuitive. Every problem-solving mechanism has come from here. That's why you have so many headaches. That's why you've got the brain fog. That's why you're so tired. Because true healing doesn't come from more effort, as the lower self would make you think, but rather through following the path laid out by your new insights. That's how healing happens. The lower self will tell you that you need to put in more effort, that the information that you have is not enough, that you're never doing enough, that it's not perfect enough. However, you must understand that healing doesn't come from listening to that. Healing comes from recognizing your new insights that you gather from moment to moment in relation to who you truly are and how you truly see the world. And as you build on those insights and follow that guidance, what's going to happen is you will truly heal, because the emotional investment around fear will start to subside. And as fear subsides, trust goes up. As trust goes up, we begin to see the world for what it is, safe, rather than potentially threatening all the time. This is huge. So what's the main step here? What's the main key that we need to really hone in on? This is it. To heal anxiety, we must stop allowing ourselves to be taken hostage by the part of us that screams the loudest. Instead, regularly go beyond what feels like the familiar way of seeing and doing things. Now that means that if something feels unfamiliar, if something feels too simple to work, it's most likely the exact direction that you must go. Let me give you an example. Most people, when they wake up in the morning, have 15 things that they feel like they need to do. However, what's happening is the lower self is projecting the need to do those 15 things so that you don't focus on your symptoms, so that you don't focus on your fear. But the truth is, healing comes from feeling. Healing does not come from distracting. Healing comes from understanding, relating to, revealing what's been stuck within your mind and body for so many years and allowing yourself to actually feel those things. That's where surrender sessions come into play. So we must go beyond the guidance and the directives of the lower self and begin to see ourselves separate from this lower self. It's a part of us. It's not who we are. And once we understand that it's the lower self that needs guidance, we can begin to be the parent we always needed. We can begin to parent the lower self into understanding things more deeply and believing that relaxing, approaching the day with ease, going through the day with a certain degree of inner peace is safe. And there's no longer a need to stand guard with tremendous amounts of tension and stagnancy in mind and body throughout the day anymore. There's no need. We've been through the worst, and we don't have to prepare for the future in relation to what could go wrong anymore. Everything that you're going through is preparing you for a future that you've wanted for so long. I want you to believe that right here and right now. And what I want you to do is I want you to comment below on which of these points spoke to you the loudest from this video. I'm going to do my best to comment back, my friends, and if you watch this video till the end, comment as well, because I want to know who's truly committed to their inner healing journey. I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm so proud of you, and remember that you are more than anxiety. I'll see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.